Hey everybody!
Hi.
Welcome to a special episode of #PastorBesties. We are filming today for the General Commission on the Status and Role of Women in the United Methodist Church.
Fancy.
We are so excited and honored to do it. So why don't we introduce ourselves?
Oh, that's a good idea.
They know who we are.
Yeah, I'm Melissa, and I am an ordained elder in the Northern Illinois Conference of the United Methodist Church, and I am serving a church that I've been at for 3 years now, and I love it so much.
And I'm Nicole, and I am also an ordained elder, but I serve in the Illinois Great Rivers Conference at a large attendance church as one of the associate pastors, and I've been there for 18-ish months, and I also love it.
Yay!
And we have a vlog called #PastorBesties, and we're excited today because we are going to be talking about female clergy friendships.
Which is good because that's what we are.
Females and clergy
and friends.
Yeah.
Hence why we decided to start Pastor Besties.
So, we are clergy friends. And why don't we tell about how we met? Because it's kind of a fun story.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
But it's my favorite when you tell it.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was headed to Leadership Institute at CORE, and
Church of the Resurrection.
Church of the Resurrection, and I needed a roommate. And my friend Jeremiah was like, "Oh, my friend Melissa's going, and you will love her." So I was like, "Great." So we went. We roomed together. We became fast friends. We bonded over the United Methodist Church and Bravo reality
TV.
shows, And it wasn't until like a long time, like a year later, that I found out Jeremiah had never actually met Melissa except on Twitter.
Like you do.
Like you do. So that's how we kind of became friends, and we've been friends ever since.
It worked out.
It did, despite the odds.
Don't share hotel rooms with random people you meet on Twitter.
Don't do that, people, unless it's
Unless
Melissa.
yeah,
Then it's fine.
I've done it before. It's fine.
So we've been friends for a while, a few years, and it's been so helpful to me to have you as a friend because you are, for me, a place where I can bounce ideas and share what's going on in my ministry and ask questions and vent.
I get ranty.
Maybe ranty is a better word than vent, but you're a safe space
Yes.
for me to share.
Samesies.
And it's just a good thing. It makes me a better pastor. You make me a better pastor.
Well, I think friendships, they do make you a better pastor, but I think friendships just make you a better human. They just make you a better person. And
Yes.
by being a better human, then you're able to be a better pastor or a better clergy person.
I think that that's true. It's a circle, a cycle.
Yeah.
I love that.
Was that a circle?
Bing. I don't know. It's like, okay,
Let's move
whatever.
on. It's not important.
So it's important to have clergy friends. I think that
Absolutely.
most clergy think that. And, all clergy have some shared experiences because we're clergy. So we have things we have in common. But women, we have maybe a different set of shared experiences that maybe men don't have.
Yeah, especially as women clergy. Because you're right. Clergy have shared experiences, but women have different ones. Like we did an episode of #PastorBesties talking about women clergy fashion.
Yes.
Which ignited lots of conversation. Because we asked the question, where do you put the mic pad?
Where
We
do
still
you
don't
wear
know.
it? Where does
We
it
still
go?
don't know.
I don't know.
But so a lot of people were asking that question also of where it is
Yes.
and giving some suggestions too. And also links of places to buy clergy shirts for women. And so it was just really great to see the support. And it was in those times when you feel like, oh my gosh, am I the only one who's wondering this or
Yeah.
asking this question, that no, other people have this problem too.
Oh, it just makes you feel like, oh, I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
It's so important.
Yeah.
So also, when you just are able to preach from a feminist point of view, a woman's point of view.
Yeah.
That's something that only women understand, female clergy.
Yeah, that's the only perspective I know is a woman's perspective, because that's what I am.
You are.
So,
Or how about when you're called
don't say it.
a little lady pastor?
That is my least favorite title of all.
It is really awful,
all time.
but it happens.
Oh my gosh. Well, titles are a hard thing with women pastors in general.
Right.
I mean, what do you call them? I've had people who are like, should I call you mother? No.
No.
Father? No.
Not a dude.
Priestess? I kind of like that one, so I'm going to stick with that one.
It can stay.
But, we have, and so sometimes those are really funny conversations.
Yes.
When someone is genuinely trying, but then there's those times when it feels like you're called something and it doesn't feel like a genuine or a curiosity question, or
Feels
what
a
should I
little
call you?
condescending, maybe.
Yeah. I was at a church once where it was, I was the associate pastor and was consistently referred to as pastor and Melissa, which,
So they didn't call you Pastor Melissa. They called the senior pastor.
majority, yes.
Oh, and they just called you Melissa.
Yes. Yeah. Which was really hard. And I think in some of those times when it's in general with titles, like when it's not used correctly, or just experiences that you have can be painful.
Right.
I mean, there's experiences that we have as women that sometimes you can laugh like, ha ha ha, where do you put the mic pack? And then sometimes it's like, that's not funny. It's actually really hurtful.
Yeah.
And so who do you turn to talk to about that?
Right.
And I think when you turn to your female clergy friends, like they've unfortunately have had some of the same experiences. And so it's a good reminder that I'm not alone.
One of the great ways I think that we can be of support to one another is through social media. So you and I are both members of a couple clergy women groups, and they are just fantastic for this kind of thing, because I feel like sometimes when somebody hurts you, if somebody another clergy person is like, that happened to me too, even though they're not making it better, even though they're not like, here's how the steps to take, it just kind of helps you heal a little faster to know you're not the only one. You're not going through it alone. Other people are with you.
We get to do this together because we're all in this together. We didn't get the rights to the song. Sorry.
Oh, but it is important for us to be in it together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Because if you do it by yourself, like it's not only lonely, but it's dangerous.
Yeah. Well, I think we need to be intentional about those kind of relationships.
Well, any relationship takes intentionality. I mean, in order to have a good friend, you have to be a good friend.
Yeah.
And I think especially as clergy, we are often grace-filled and we get it. Like we know you might need to miss lunch because you have a funeral.
Right.
But when that happens, every time you have lunch, that's a problem. It's
well, and would you and I even be friends if we weren't intentional about a relationship? Because we live, over 3 hours away from each other. We don't see each other. We're not in the same conference.
We're not going to accidentally run into each other.
Right. So we have to be intentional about how we are in relationship with one another.
We have to daily Snapchat each other.
That's just required.
But
it's true. I mean, we wouldn't be able to be in each other's lives if we weren't making sure that we were in each other's lives.
So friendship takes intentionality and it takes work.
Yes.
So you have to do it. You have to do it.
Required. Well, we're coming up on Methodist New Year.
Yep, it's coming.
The time of the year when everybody transitions to their new appointments, usually July 1st in most conferences, not all. And one of the ways that when I came here to where I live now in my community, I was so welcomed by another clergy woman because she just offered to take me out to lunch and we chatted and she just wanted to get to know me. It was so great. And I just think, why don't we do that more?
Right.
We need to be more intentional about those kind of things.
Right. Well, and it doesn't have to be just just a United Methodist. Like,
oh no.
Anytime another female clergy person moves into your community, like, how can you help support them? Especially if you know you're in a community that has a hard time with women leadership, with women in
right.
leadership. I mean, to be able to say, look, it might be hard, but I'm here
Right.
with you. You got
Yes,
this.
yes.
Yeah.
Covenanting together,
Yeah.
being together.
Yes.
So
Because
important.
we're all in this
Oh, the reprise.
together. I don't know the rest of the words, but it's good because we can't afford it.
Oh my goodness.
We're so silly.
We are a little silly. It's all right. So now, Melissa, I don't know if you know this, but sometimes women can be a little catty.
I know. Well, I know that that's the stereotype.
It's the stereotype, and sometimes we are.
Well, sometimes we are, but I mean, men can be.
Oh, totally.
Men can be catty too.
Yeah, you don't call it catty though.
Sometimes I do.
I feel like the world doesn't.
Right. Well, you've never heard. Like, have you seen Mean Boys, the movie?
No, that doesn't exist.
No, but Mean Girls does.
Yeah, it does.
It's fantastic. But I mean, yeah, the stereotype is that women are catty. And I think, here's my theory on it. I think that there is such institutionalized and systematic sexism. It's real. I mean, that's reality.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that forces, especially women, to be in competition with each other.
Sure.
Because systematically and institutionally, we're told there's not enough for you. There's not enough for all of you. So you have to pick and choose who's going to be the ones who are able to be. You can only have so many women bishops. You can only have so many women district superintendents. You can only have so many women who are able to fill large membership United Methodist churches as senior pastors. So duke it out and figure which one of you it's going to be. And I don't think it has to be
Awful.
that way.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No, so I think that instead of working in competition with each other and accepting that as reality, even though that is reality at this point, it doesn't have to be. And it can be different and it can be better. So how do we not compete with each other,
Right.
but celebrate with each
Yeah,
other?
I think that's what it comes down to, is we have to celebrate with each other. You know, we're in it together,
Yeah.
like we sang several times.
Yes.
So there's no point in competing.
Right. Because being clergy is hard sometimes.
It is hard.
Spoiler alert, it's hard. I wouldn't do anything else. I love it.
Right.
But it can be
Samesies.
hard. And especially as women, like I think as women, it's just an extra layer of hardness. But it's also amazing when you have friends who can help you navigate those hard times and remind you that you're not alone.
Right. And to just, be frustrated with you when you're frustrated, to cry with you when you're sad,
Yeah.
to mourn with you when you're grieving, and to jump
To
for
shake
joy.
a fist on your behalf.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You need
Yeah.
all those things. That's why it's so important to have female clergy friends
I
that can
agree.
help you through that.
I agree. So may you remember that you are not alone.
No.
You are not alone. And may you have someone that you can bear in one another's burdens, that you can celebrate one another's victories, and that you can be a good friend so that you can be a better human being, which will in turn make you a better clergy person.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.